Welcome to Bronc News Summer Edition. I'm your host, Veronique Medrano, with this week's top stories. From their bakery in McAllen to television screens across the U.S., the owners of RGV Cupcake Factory, all three UTPA alumni, appeared last Sunday in Food Network's Cupcake Wars, where this simple treat had fans of the local bakery on the edge of their seat as they watched them compete for $10,000 and the title of Cupcake Wars champion.
I'm excited. I hope they win. I mean, their cupcakes are really awesome. I mean, they're just great.
We gotta win the last round. They bring a lot of heart into this show, and every cupcake is made with love. So if you bring out the tradition of old school baking, you will have it. You shall have this winning round.
And the results after the final round?
Congratulations.
We're on a national level.
We are the only winners in Texas. We have the only title so far in Texas for Cupcake Wars for winners.
Yeah.
So we are definitely going to expand our store. We're thinking about Weslaco or Edinburgh location right now.
Cupcakes are now flying off the shelves daily, and McAllen has dubbed July 9th RGV Cupcake Factory Day. And the sweet success continues as the owners tell Bronc News of a special cupcake inspired by their Cupcake Wars adventure that will make its way to the store in the weeks to come.
We are going to have the peach, the one that I made on the show, the peach cobbler with the buñuelo on top. We named it the Florian. It's already on our merit, so we are going to start having that on a special day at the shop. So again, we are located 1414 North 10th Street, and like us on Facebook.
With President Obama's recent policy directive to halt the deportation of young immigrants who've entered the U.S. illegally, it has impacted colleges across the U.S. and left many divided on its purpose. Recently, UTPA held a forum to educate students, staff, and the community of UTPA on how the directive will affect the university in the fall. Field reporter Orlando Vargas has more on the story.
Thank you, Veronique. I'm here located outside the library auditorium where members of the Minority Affairs Council put together the Right to Dream Educational Forum in order to educate undocumented students about President Barack Obama's latest policy.
Ustedes tienen que saber todos los riesgos, qué puede pasar.
After President Barack Obama's controversial decision to use prosecutorial discretion and overrule Congress to pass a Deferred Action policy, members of MAC took action to educate the approximately 600 students affected by this here at our university.
We're here to inform the students of the eligibility requirements, answer some frequently asked questions, be able to provide some guidance as to what's to come. More than anything, just give information regarding the importance of the policy change. This Deferred Action policy is going to allow to stop deportations amongst many students who, are here undocumented or unauthorized, who have feared being torn away from their families, from their communities, or from their jobs. They can finally live without that certain fear of deportation.
For Bronc News, I am Orlando Vargas.
Now let's move on to our Bronc Entertainment Spotlight with special guest Eric Salazar. So Eric, what project are you currently working on?
Right now, I have a couple of feature films that I'm going to be just having a day player roll in, just a couple of lines each, that should be out in theaters, I guess, in 4 or 5 months down the road. And then we have the always working on the, just had a brain fart, House in South Bronx, which I'm at right now. It's actually our house. 11 of us live, and we are all work together to make this little comedic web series that turned out pretty good.
How did you manage to land a role in The Dark Knight Rises, and how was it like working with actors such as Tom Hardy, Christian Bale, and Christopher Nolan?
That was probably the best experience I've had out here so far. I've only been here for a year. A friend of mine told me that they were having a casting call, so I went and I showed up, and there were thousands of people there. And then after that, a couple of weeks later, they called and said, "Hey, we need some extras for an angry mob." Gave us the location and the time, and when we showed up, they put us in wardrobe, and we were in. I don't know if I can give away too much information, but I did get to work with one of my favorite actors of all time, Gary Oldman. He was there. I was actually yelling in his face for a good part of the morning, so that was pretty fun. And of course, Christopher Nolan was there. It was great. It was fun. It was surreal.
This past week, you were featured in Tosh.0's Viewer Video of the Week. How will this publicity help the house on South Bronson?
You know, when we started this, there was three of us. We were just kind of bored here at the house, and I was acting like a goof, and so they decided to get out the camera, and they filmed me falling down the stairs. And after that, we decided, hey, let's try to put out a little comedic video once a week. So we did that for 6 weeks. We have 6 videos up. We had little teasers in between. And out of the blue, somebody from Tosh.0 called us and said, hey, we want to feature one of your videos this week. And it was the audition. And so, yeah, it came out on Tuesday night, and we were all excited. We were stoked. And we've been getting a lot more views. I think it jumped up in one day. I think we had over 6,000 views extra just from being on that show.
What have you learned from your past experiences in acting that have helped you so far?
I learned that whether you're going for background or an extra, whether you have lines or not, just always be professional. Always show up on time. Don't go snapping pictures all over the set. And just talk to people. And it's through talking with different people that I've met that I was able to get a manager, to get an agent. And so it's just really just be outgoing. I mean, if you came out here to do this, just always don't give up. You might go to 30 auditions and get 1 call back and 1 role. But it's booking that role that kind of refuels you to keep going out to do another 200 auditions that you might not get a role for. So it's be vigilant, don't give up so easily, and just keep at it. Check out The Dark Knight. It's coming out July 20th. Hopefully you'll see this face in there yelling a lot. And then also check out The House in South Bronson on Facebook. It's www.facebook.com/thehouseonsouthbronson. We have all our videos. Like our page, and you'll get all our updates and all that good stuff. So should be getting better.
Thank you so much for your time, Eric Salazar, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
On the beach or on the streets, here's our weather correspondent, Joshua Maldonado, with your weekend weather.
Hi, Bronc Country. I'm your weather correspondent, Josh Maldonado, bringing you this weekend's forecast. For the McAllen-Edinburgh area, Friday and Saturday expect mostly sunny skies with highs reaching the 90s and the lows to the mid to high 70s. Sunday, we'll experience partly cloudy skies with highs in the low 90s and the lows reaching 70 degrees.
Make sure to watch Bronc TV exclusive Cooking Espantoso Boo at our YouTube channel, Bronc TV News, and like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Bronc TV Radio. Plus, tweet us your responses to this week's newscast. That's all our news for today. My name is Veronique Medrano for Bronc News Summer Edition, Bronc Country source for news and entertainment.